Hi, this is Alison again, and today I thought I would share a sequence of movements called Makkho Exercises. These were developed by a man named Masanaga in order to enhance the flow of energy, ki energy, throughout the various meridians in the body and support our organs, organ systems, the muscles, tendons, ligaments, and joints through which these channels flow. There's a simple sequence that can be added into a self-shiatsu massage session, incorporated into a yoga practice, or combined with movement and stretches that you are already doing and find useful. The meridians are divided into yin and yang. Yin traveling from the earth to the sky on the more vulnerable part of the body. So they may travel from the feet, along the legs, into the center of the body, or from the center of the body out through the front part of our arms, or into our face. The yang meridians, traveling on the posterior side or more protective side of the body, and the outside, travel from our fingers, maybe around our shoulders and back, perhaps from the head, down the spine, through the back and side of our legs to our feet, our toes. The first set that I will share with you addresses our central channels. There's one meridian called conception vessel, which supports our libido and health and vitality, and that begins around the pubic area, traveling up to underneath the lip. And governing vessel, which helps to regulate all the yang meridians and also general health and vitality, travels from our pelvic floor below our coccyx, along the spine, over the head, and ends up above the lip. So this is a central line of energy. One of the exercises that you can do to engage the flow of ki through these channels is similar to a half-sun salutation. Now in shiatsu, in Zen shiatsu, we work a lot with the breath and also principles of not forcing, not pushing. So we work on the inhale, perhaps with filling with air and releasing or easing from a stretch, and on the exhale, deepening, yielding into a stretch, or engaging our limbs or various parts of our body in the stretch. So I will breathe in, reach up to the sky, perhaps exhale into a back bend. Inhale, rising, and exhale, coming forward, allowing gravity to bring my head closer to the floor. To breathe in and exhale and deepen that stretch by bringing the head closer to my legs, allowing the knees to relax or straighten. Inhale, extending through the crown of the head and the base of the spine, the coccyx away to lengthen through the spine, engage the back muscles. I take a few breaths here in this position. On the exhaling, release, and inhaling, come back up, reaching to the sky, and exhaling again, perhaps entering into a back bend. And release. These exercises you can do 2, 3, 5 times, or perhaps stay in each position as you move through the sequence with several breaths, inhaling, easing, exhaling, engaging, and yielding into the stretch. Again, inhale, exhale, inhale, fold over, exhale, bring your head closer to the legs, allowing gravity to bring your head closer to the floor. Inhale, halfway, lengthening through the spine. And then again, reaching up with an inhale, exhaling in the back bend, and inhaling to rise. Moving from here, we'll go into engaging the element air and metal, the lung and large intestine meridians. As you might guess, the lung and large intestine support both respiration and digestion or elimination, taking in energy, taking in oxygen, and exhaling what we don't need or eliminating what we don't need, letting go. For these exercises, we will interlace our thumbs and engage through the arms. So breathing in and exhaling. I'm spreading my fingers and engaging through the arms as I reach to the ceiling. Perhaps taking that also into a back bend and releasing. And then clasping behind my back with the thumbs interlaced. Breathing in and exhaling, reaching down to the floor, opening the chest at the same time, engaging through the rhomboids, bringing the shoulders closer together. And inhaling and exhaling, rounding forward. Again, you can release the knees a little bit and then lengthen, stretch, and bring your shoulder blades together. Breathing in, releasing, exhaling, deepening. And inhaling, rise, and exhaling, reaching down to the ground, and release. Repeating the other side, we're going to interlace with the other thumb forward and front. So this time it's my left. Breathing in and exhale, reach down towards the floor, open through the chest, widen the shoulders at the exhale. Inhale and exhale, folding forward, allowing gravity to assist. Again, engaging the rhomboids and the shoulder blades towards each other. Maybe releasing a little on the inhale through the knees and then exhaling, deepening the stretch. Inhaling, rolling up. Exhaling again, reaching down to the floor, opening the lungs, and relax. The next set of exercises will relate to the earth element. The earth element meridians are stomach and spleen, and they also relate to digestion, spleen being correlated with our pancreatic functioning. They also support reproduction, and as the earth element, you might guess, bring a sense of groundedness and nurturing throughout our body. As these meridians travel through our legs and the front of the body, these movements will engage that part. So spleen meridian, which is the yin meridian, travels from the big toe along the shin and interior part of the quadricep and lands up underneath, around here in the ribs. Stomach meridian starts actually in the face, below the eye, stomach 3 under the cheekbone is a good sinus point, and travels through the nipples, down along where our reproductive organs are, the ovaries, along the outside of the quadricep and knee, and out to the second toe. Because these meridians also travel through the knees or legs and hip, they can also help with those functioning of those areas or support the healing of any strain or tension in those areas. So one of the exercises can be done standing up, though most of the time they're done on the ground. So using a support of a table or a chair, you can take your foot and place it in the palm of your hand. You want to leave the knee facing towards the floor, not extending back, and bring the pelvis forward so you really feel an engagement through the quads, the pelvic area, and the front of the body. So breathing in, I'm released. Exhale, I'm going to press my foot into my hand and arch. Again, inhale, release. And exhale, arch. I can also stay in this position, easing just a little bit and engaging more on the exhale. And release. The other side. Again, placing the arch of my foot into the palm of my hands, knee pointing towards the floor, keeping my pelvis forward, but engaging the abdominals, so I'm not collapsing. Breathing in and exhaling. And releasing. Moving down to the floor, this sequence will require you to have a bit of flexibility with your knees a little bit out, your feet to the side of your buttocks. If you can sit in that position. You can place your hands, your palms, or the heel of the hand on your arch and give a little bit of massage if you want. Or use your thumb just to do a little bit of acupressure along the sole of your feet. It feels really, really good. And also can help to prevent any cramping of the feet. You can place your fingers pointed towards your buttocks or clasp around, whatever is comfortable. So the first sequence is a bit easier than the ones that will follow. So breathing in, you relax, exhale, you're going to allow your pelvis to rise and arch. And taking a few breaths, inhaling, easing, exhaling, deepening the stretch, elongating. In the front of the body. If you have more flexibility or want to engage a little further, you can go down towards the floor, supporting on your elbows and your forearms. Again, you can have your fingers pointed to the buttocks or just holding around the arch. And you can breathe in and exhale. Again, let your pelvis rise. Or to deepen further, you can move down towards the floor with your shoulders and head long or arched on the crown of your head. Your arms can be out above your head. Breathing in and exhaling. Also reach your knees away. Deep breaths. And then to come up, work your way back up. And just to have a counter stretch to all that back bending, You can go into child's pose. Which is very nurturing. From there, I'm going to move into a series of stretches that help support the fire element, the heart, circulation, and our digestion. I'm going to begin with the heart and small intestine meridians. The heart starts from underneath the armpit and travels along the pinky side of the front side of the arm. And the small intestine meridian travels along the pinky ulnar side through the back, triceps area, and then winds around eventually to end up by the ear, in front of the ear. If you open your jaw, there's a space. That's small intestine 19. So this point is actually good for hearing as well, and ringing in the ears to help ease ringing in the ears. So these stretches are opening of the arms, so the elbows, and opening of the hip joints as well, and brings energy to the body, fire. So breathing in, releasing, exhaling, you're going to press the elbows outward, maybe on the knees to help them open outward. And as you do that, also lean forward, lengthening through the back, through the spine, easing on the inhale, and engaging forward and open on the exhale. And then you can allow the head to reach towards your feet with gravity deepening the stretch. And again, exhaling, expanding the elbows outward and the knees, the hip joints opening. Breathing in, releasing and exhaling, allowing gravity to help you deepen the stretch and yield to the earth. Again, with an inhale, lengthen through the crown as you rise. And an inhale, come all the way up, back to the beginning position. From here, you can either move into the Makkho exercises that support the water element, but I'm going to continue with the other sequences that support our heart and fire function. So these exercises will work with the meridians of heart constrictor and triple heater. Heart constrictor travels along the center of the arm out to the middle finger in the front, and triple heater travels from the fourth finger along the back part of the arm in the center line, and also works its way up behind the ear to the temple area, which is a good point to help alleviate headaches or sinus tension. Triple heater is not an organ. It relates to our metabolic system, warming the system, and so also bringing fire or energy to the body, all the metabolic functioning. And the heart constrictor relates to the vessels and the muscles that support circulation, or the muscles around the heart and the vessels that bring blood to the heart. These sequence of movements, you will cross your legs and you will cross your arms. So reaching with my right arm over because my right knee and foot is in front. Might start with a hug. I can also breathe in and on the exhale, reach my elbows away, engaging through the arms, sort of similar to eagle. And on the next exhale, come forward. Again, I can start with a straight or lengthened spine from the coccyx through the crown. And then if I want to just release forward, I can. And reach around perhaps my knees or along the floor, extending the energy outward as I exhale. I also can keep my arms close to my chest. Breathing in, easing, exhaling, engaging. Breathing in to come up. On the exhale, I release and switch to the other side. So I'm going to bring my left foot and knee in front and my left arm. Breathing in and exhaling, stretching. Inhaling, releasing, exhaling, folding forward, or lengthening through the spine, through the crown and the coccyx. Deepening it by coming down towards the floor, maybe reaching around the knees or stretching the fingers away from each other, engaging through the arms on the exhale. Allowing gravity to help deepen the stretch. Inhaling, rising, and relax. So from here, I'm going to move into the Makkho exercises that support our kidney and bladder, which is the water element. And kidney is involved in purifying the blood, and bladder, of course, is involved in also in eliminating water from the body. But these meridians also help to support our autonomic and parasympathetic nervous system. The bladder meridian, which is a yang meridian, is one of the longest meridians in the body and correlates with many of the others. It travels from the inner part of our eyes on both sides, because these are all bilateral meridians, up along to underneath the eyebrow. That's a good eye point for sinuses, eye strain, headache. Travels along our head on either side of the center line through the neck. And then in the back, it divides into two channels and continues to say in two channels to the back of our legs until it joins again at one point behind the knee, down along the calf, behind the ankles, and out to the little toe. The kidney meridian is the yin meridian, is going to travel on the inside, more vulnerable part of the body. It begins on the base of the foot, kidney 1, and travels behind the ankle, along the innermost part of the inner part of the thigh, calf and thigh, and eventually comes up through the front of the body, ending just under the clavicle, kidney 27. So these exercises are similar to hamstring stretches. They are hamstring stretches. So, extending the legs forward, we're going to send the energy out through the base of the foot. This is Dandasana position. Reaching up to the sky with our arms. On the inhale, on the exhale, you can stay and lengthen even further, engaging the coccyx towards the earth and up through the crown. Take a few breaths here. And then on the next movement, on the inhale and the exhale, you're going to reach forward with a lengthened spine. Easing on the inhale, engaging on the exhale. And eventually you can round over, easing on the inhale, yielding and stretching on the exhale. You can reach underneath your arches and press the kidney 1 point. You can also reach over your toes, underneath the metatarsal, towards that kidney 1 point. Breathing in, easing, exhaling, allowing the stretch to deepen. Gravity is your friend here. When you're ready, you inhale, come up, and exhale, you can release. It's very important, if you have low back problems, to modify this. You might want to put a pillow or block underneath your buttocks and allow your knees to release a little bit. But you still want to engage through the whole leg, sending energy out the base. So it's not a lazy stretch, it's an active stretch. So moving from the water element, which is also associated with winter, and this is paralleling our season change here, we're moving into spring and the wood element. The meridians associated with this are liver and gallbladder. And these also support our digestive functions and also relate to the functioning and well-being of the various tissues in our body, the sinews and tissues and muscles in our body. Moving into spring, the wood element also brings a lot of energy and vitality, maybe a little bit of aggression, like we want to get going into this season. Supporting these meridians will help to do that. The gallbladder travels also from the face, and it travels from the outside of the eyebrow, sort of in a zigzag fashion, a little bit through the side of the head, and continues zigzagging through the hip joint, gallbladder 30, down along the seam, or the tensor fasciae latae on the outside of the leg, all the way down in front of the ankle towards the 4th toe. And liver meridian starts on the big toe and travels on the central part of the inside of the lower leg and thigh, eventually coming up between the 6th and 7th rib. So these exercises, since gallbladder is on the lateral part of our body, involve a lot of lateral movement. So there are sequences you can do standing, and I'm going to do these sitting. So the legs extended open. This is working these meridians bilaterally. You can breathe in and exhale. Engage through the spine again, reaching through the fingers, or outward. Stretching through the soles of the feet so that both the inside and outside of the legs are engaged equally. And then on the exhale, you can reach across with one arm and the other one over towards the opposite leg. Breathing in, releasing, and exhaling, engaging. Or you can reach with your hand to the ankle or shin or foot, again around the toes. Inhaling and exhaling, allowing the stretch to deepen. Reaching through the fingers and the feet at the same time, Easing on the inhale, stretching on the exhale, and then reversing to the other side. Deep inhale, exhaling. You can windmill over, reaching towards the opposite leg. Easing on the inhale, deepening on the exhale, or grabbing hold to the leg, ankle, foot. Inhaling and exhaling. Reaching through the fingers. Breathing in, reaching to come up. When I say engage through the front and back of the leg, I mean you want to keep the knees more or less pointed to the ceiling so that you're working both sets of muscles on the inside and outside of the leg, rather than allowing them to rotate, open, or fold forward like pigeon toe. After that, you can come forward, breathing in, and exhaling, reaching forward, again, engaging through both legs. You can start with a lengthened spine, and then move into a rounded spine. Inhaling and exhaling, allowing your head to move closer to the earth. Without pushing, allowing gravity to help you to deepen. And to rise, inhale, reach out, and exhaling, relax. You can also do these Makkho exercises one side at a time by folding one leg in, breathing in, and exhaling, reaching towards the toe. Easing on the inhale, stretching on the exhale. Other side. Inhale and exhale. Reach. Inhale, can be through the nose or the mouth. Exhale through the nose or the mouth. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And come to center. When you finished with your sequence, you might want to come to what we call Seiza position or hero position, Virasana in yoga. Perhaps, again, move into child's pose. You could give yourself a little bit of a massage and pummeling of the low back sacral area to bring energy. Round up. Take a few breaths to notice any changes. Probably feel more circulation through the body, a little buzzing. Shake it out. And from this place, you can move into a series of self-shiatsu exercises, or go on with your day, or go. I wouldn't recommend doing this at night. I would say this is more energizing. So, thank you for joining me.